Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Swordflight as a wizard. So, it has been a little while since I've played this, particularly played this with this particular character. I did before, but as anyone who actually followed the series knows, it ended up not really panning out. Mostly because I really didn't feel up to getting kicked around by the enemies just constantly. Let's see here, get all of these properly queued up. And that's kind of what happens, unfortunately, as you get later on into the game. Enemies get high spell resistances, and I didn't really want to be just a big spiky ball that they have to attack and die attacking, and that's all I am. That just doesn't sound fun to me, so I never wanted to be that. However, I have recently been playing with a druid, and while I can't get my animal companion quite as strong as a druid, I've learned you can really juice them up. Oh, I didn't do this. I thought I did. There we go. Okay, he hits much harder now. Not as hard as he could, but much harder. And, more importantly, is a lot more durable. Now, let's see here. I can't have a animal companion, like a... yeah, that really, a druid's animal companion, unfortunately. Which really will make all the difference if you have one. As a druid, I have learned that animal companion alone is incredibly powerful. Yeah, go ahead and drop that on the familiar, actually. I don't think there's any death effects I need to be aware of, but we'll do that. I can't use, for example, okay, that should be it then. Alright, yeah, I changed some spells up, by the way, since the last time I recorded this. I went back to town, rested up, changed a few things, as you probably noticed, but, yeah. Okay, let's get moving. Hi there. Start things off with a classic. Okay, I just wanted to double check something. Yeah, as a druid, what I've basically learned... wow, they're tearing right through that stone skin. Well, we did the job, though. Yep. Now these two guys are pretty much just surrounded and compromised. Yeah, no, the druid has become, in my opinion, the second most powerful class in the game. And I don't think it's really even close. Like, there might be some others, but I'm telling you, I was really dishing out some damage with that, with my druid. Way more than I would have expected to. A lot of it because of the animal companion, but really because you can just get so heavily buffed, and your animal companion can. When you combine things like Awaken and the Flame and Ice Berries, you're unstoppable. I don't think I have good on either, really, right? I'm not a Persuader. Yeah, no. I'll give it a shot. Okay. Well, I'm already out of stone skins, so I should be a little careful. Holy smokes! You did... what? My word. Okay. Let's see. What can I do about you? Get his attention at all? No, not really. Who keeps trying and failing to cast a healing spell? I think that's Keelam. Not Keelam, Snajog. On Keelam, probably. But I'm having trouble telling. Okay, well, fortunately, the animal companion... Sorry, familiar... got a good hit on that wizard before he had a chance to do anything else. Yeah, some people might be curious why I'm even playing this. Given how I left the last one, it did sound pretty definitive, and honestly, it kind of was, but there are a couple things. One is, I really like the game, and I wanted to keep playing it. I don't like leaving things unfinished. Plus, there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet as a wizard. That was the major reason. My druid that I've been playing with, I got to chapter 3, and I learned that as an elf, the quest you're given to get a book for Candlekeep is a big wizard ruin. Let's see. And, you know, that sounds like a cool wizard thing to do, so I want to do that. Yeah, and I just don't like leaving it. Now, again, I don't give any promises. I kind of leave this series with the same reservations as I did before. If things do prove to be too difficult for the kind of wizard I want to play, I might just abandon it. I'll probably play something else, like another character, or just another Neverwinter Nights thing. Let's see. Any other survivors? Want to join with me? Yeah. No, my druid got everyone to go out and fight because druids can persuade. Me, not so much. I'll probably have to do a lot of retreating and resting. So, something pretty cool, actually, that I don't think I've talked about in any videos yet. I'm really excited for. I don't want to say too much, but, like, basically, I have gotten into module creation for the Aurora toolset, which is Neverwinter Nights' toolset. It's the same thing that all the Neverwinter Nights games are made in, for anyone who doesn't know. When you buy Neverwinter Nights, most people are probably aware of this, but some might not be. When you buy Neverwinter Nights, the toolset comes with it. You can open it at any time and just start either playing around with the modules that are on your game already, or you can just make some new ones. There we go. Come here, you. I probably shouldn't be up here. It seemed kind of funny, though. Thank you. Alright, they've got him. As a wizard, I see no reason to waste magic when I have some people that can kill everything for me. Right, if we come up against champions or something, then things are a little different. I'm drinking this. You know what? I'll give the other one to you, actually. Yeah, you can use that. I'm just going to sell the potions later anyway, so I might as well. Plus, I actually don't have a stock of bark skin potions. I should probably get on that. Okay. Well, what I've learned about being a wizard, it's basically the kind of wizard I wanted to play. You know, the sort of like classic, slinging spells from a distance, tearing your foes down. Almost impossible to do effectively. At higher levels, all you're going to be doing basically is spamming missile storms, spell breaches, and what's the thing called? Abidazims. I am likely going to use summons as I get to higher levels, more than just my familiar. The higher elemental summons, I think, are a huge deal, especially once we get to the Darrow Savant. But I want to see what happens. I know what happens if you have an animal companion, and you manage to defeat El Kuzaram, I believe his name is, at the start of Chapter 3. You get him much stronger. It's probably the same... Oh, let's see. It's probably the same kind of thing for the animal companion, or for the familiar. But I want to see if it makes them actually viable. Because my animal companion for my druid is way more competent than my familiar here. Part of that, I think, is just because of what I have available to me. A grizzly bear, on just the numbers, doesn't seem like it'd be that much better. Trust me, it is. Especially once you stack it with a couple of other things. But really, it's just the hit points and the damage. It can take such a beating and hits like a truck. By this point in the game, the grizzly bear was more effective than any of my companions as my druid, which is pretty nuts, because the companions are very, very good at what they do for the most part. Oh. Here, you guys stay there. I'm just gonna... Well, let's see. All you come here. See if I can draw you out. It's hard to know what things here are placeables and which ones are actual tiles. Which I know the difference now, because I'm into module creation. For those who don't know, or are curious as well. A placeable is the sort of thing that you put down and you can sort of customize and interact with in the game, while a tile is an actual part of the map. It's sort of confusing, but basically you think of like chests that you can destroy, those are placeables. And, you know, this house here that's a static part of the map at all times, that's a tile. There's a decent bit of overlap as far as appearance goes, especially on a map like this. It's a little confusing. But yeah, it's pretty fascinating. The reason I'm getting into module creation is because I want to make a really cool, fun-to-play module. Ow! Okay, let's just draw him out. And I've already gotten a decent bit of that work done. Oh, the chieftain's here! Oh, that is not good, actually. I didn't expect you. Okay, but it looks like we got him. Maybe. Kill him. Okay, well, good for Snajog. Why did I not cast? What's going on here? What is that? Why am I doing that? Cast your spell. Okay, well, now it's a waste of time. I was doing that same thing that, like, my companions do, where they start to cast and then stop. I always thought that was an AI bug. Is that an actual casting bug? I don't know. Okay, the chieftain's dead. He was honestly the scariest one, and we put him down pretty easily. Yeah, in my module, so far I've been having lots of fun with it. I just recently got into the testing phase for, I'm going to say, the first major chunk of Act 1 that I have basically finished. I still have some other work to do on that part of it. Not even close to actually finishing the entire module, but a lot of the, especially side content right at the start, has been finished. And so I was running my my first real tests lately. And I tell you, I was taking notes on little things that needed to change, whatever they may be, you know, spelling issues, scripting errors, problems with the actual quests and stuff, and journal entries. And oh my word, was there so many more than I expected. I didn't expect that I'd get everything perfect on my first try or something like that, but I don't know, there was just a lot of failure that had to go back and be fixed and made better. I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's on me. I wanted to get him with a Cone of Cold for some ungodly reason. I don't know why I did that. Whatever. I don't lose anything. Okay, again, you guys stay here. That is a lot of hill giants. There we go. Kill him. As I get to a higher level, that missile storm is going to absolutely melt, folks. Keelam, kill something. My word. I feel like I'm babysitting this guy sometimes. I don't know, maybe I should take some levels in Arcane Archer, but I feel like that's just gonna distract from what I want this character to be. Come on, let's go this way. Yeah, currently also, another thing I'm noticing, I don't want my module to be too easy. And I have found balancing to be quite tricky. Because in trying not to make it too easy, I may have inadvertently made it too hard. There are some people who will dispute that, even the very claim that you can have it be, well, not that you can have it too hard, but that a major challenge is too hard. I tell you, I think I just need to either give some more money or some more items in mind, because it was pretty rough there on that trial run. I know, we'll see. Like I said, it's still in some pretty early stages on a lot of ways. Oh, that's a champion. Okay, that works, though. Let's get the Hobgoblin champions out here. They're the scariest ones that are still on the field. How did... What? Come on. He should not be able to... Okay. Get him. Get him right now. Drop the whole thing on him. That did nothing. Ooh, that hurts. Kill that guy. Got him. Okay. No, 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 no. Everyone come with me. Okay. Yeah, that almost went way worse. We've almost got them all. What is my AC? It's 23? That's not very good, is it? Yeah, that's not very good. Kill him. Everyone kill him. Oh, there you go. Barrage really getting his hits in. Alright. There's so much that goes into creating a module, so many small things that you don't realize. Something I did learn that I didn't actually know before was Rogue Knight, creator of Swordflight, for anyone that doesn't know, did not create the sequencers, which I thought he did. I did not know those were a native function in the game, but they are. Sequencers are just a part of the tool set, and you can make them at any time on any item. Well, any item that can support them. I learned that too. Items are a lot more restrictive about what properties you can put on them than I thought. I figured you had pretty much complete and total freedom in that regard. You do not. The game will not let you put certain things on certain things. For example, torches. I had a fun little thing that turns out there's a torch appearance type that looks like a candlestick. And I thought I could do something kind of fun with that. What I can do is give the, like, you can have the candlestick and it provides light, and then when you use a special power that it's got, it like sets the candlestick on the ground, so that then you can leave a candlestick somewhere to keep providing light, and then you can just, you know, pick it back up when you want it again. And that's a thing I could normally do with any other item. But turns out, torches, specifically, cannot have any sort of special powers or properties put on them. Like, all you can do is change how much they weigh, a couple of meaningless properties that don't actually do anything, that just put some words on it, and the light. That's it. That's all you can change, so I couldn't even do that, which was very disappointing. Let's see. So only a portion of their force attack the village. We can assume they're scattered and disorganized. Striking them now offers us a chance to defeat them. Yeah. I have really come to enjoy the creation of items and stuff, just in the game in general. Really like making items. Making creatures is exhausting. There's so many things you have to take into account, and most frustratingly, I'd say it's the it's how long it takes to run them. Whenever you open the properties of a thing in the toolset to adjust it at all, no matter what it is, you know, a placeable or an item or something, it takes a minute for the game to sort of initialize that that's what you're doing, right? You try to open it, it's going to load just like it would anything else. Well, whenever you open a creature, any creature at all, it has to, like, open the animated avatar of it, right? Like, if I were to open a creature that looked exactly like me, it would show me this guy right here. And apparently, the hardest thing for the engine to do is render a creature. I guess because they're animated, maybe, so they're moving a lot, but it takes so much longer than everything else, and so every time I have to adjust those, or change them at all, it just takes ages. It's exhausting. As far as the future for this character, what I'm hoping for, I'm thinking, sort of an optimistic type deal, that I can get to a point, let's see here, where I don't have to worry about the things I'd normally would, right? As a wizard right now, going full offensive mode isn't the best idea in most circumstances, because I'll just get curb stomped by my many enemies. Because you just can't dish out the damage. But I'm thinking once I get haste first, that's going to change a lot of things. The second, if I can get some better robes and stuff, more spell slots, more sequencers. Maybe not more sequencers, but, like, you know, better sequencers. This one still is only one. I forgot, this does give me some soak damage, but only against +1. And some acid and fire resistance. That's neat. I had forgotten about that. But if I can get some better versions, pretty much, of the stuff I've got, I'm thinking that those won't be major concerns going forward. That they just seem like they will be now. Yeah, put it on me, actually. Just keep me death warded. I don't know, I've never gotten that far. We'll see what happens, how it goes. Haste is going to be the big deal, though. I need to get my haste. Let's see. You have spells, but only bless. Okay. Well, let's get moving here. I've really also come to enjoy making my own skill and language checks. In this, right, in Swordflight, he has a thing called Woodcraft. That's what I just used. In mine, for things that are kind of like that, I just took Nature. I play 5e D&D normally, and I like some of the stuff that's in 5e. For example, I like the fact that Nature is a separate sort of check from Arcana and stuff, that they can be done differently. And so I sort of made my own skill check the same way. Oh boy. Get in there, guys. Oh, that's a champion. Oh, there's like several champions. That is not good. Yeah, my friends are gonna lose this. By my friends, I mean, yeah, the soldiers. They're all dead. Wow. Holy smokes. I didn't realize those guys had that sort of power. Ha! Okay. Well done, all. Although we got kicked around quite a bit. But those were some high-level enemies, for the most part. There were a bunch of them. And we won anyway. Yeah, the biggest limiting factor for my module early on, so far, is money. Which is by design. I don't want money to be super overly abundant. Also, there might be some noise in the background a bit. I have 2 sons in the house now, and they both like to be noisy. I want money to be a limiting factor. Early on, at least. Maybe going forward, we'll see exactly how that goes. But it shouldn't be abundant right as you start. But I don't know. I feel like it might be a little too restrictive at the moment. What I'm expecting to do, in case anyone is interested, is once I actually get the module finished in its first draft, pretty much, I'll just kind of like put it out there, probably on here, maybe on some other social media type stuff. You know, I have a module, I've made it, I'm looking for beta testers, and have some people come in and play it, if they want to. And then I can get more feedback that way. Okay, this is a lot of guys. Joke's on you. Okay, I think I can tank the rocks from that many of them, though. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have Cloud Kill. I'm just gonna put that out there. And now we're just going to give that some time to hopefully tear up a few hill giants. Whoa, one of them's out here. Someone dispel it? Thought it had a longer duration than that. They might have dispelled it. I'm still not sure exactly what spell it is that removes area effect stuff, but I know Zerala casts it all the time. And I know it works. Okay, I'll let them tear through the remaining hill giants. I have better things to do. Okay. Man, both of them took some serious hits. That's why I carry around elixirs. Yeah, I just used that on Barrage. One of the things that I really couldn't figure out in mine... So you know when you rest in this, right? In Swordflight. It advances time by 8 hours when you successfully rest. Now, the first problem I have with the resting is you have to edit 2DA files to change how resting awakenings work. If you use the default awakening system for resting, it's always going to give you Underdark-themed enemies from Hordes of the Underdark. And that's it. Which, you know, unless you're in the Underdark, isn't what you want. And even if you are, they're probably the wrong Underdark troops. So you kind of got to get your own. And they did not make it convenient to change the options of what the game can awaken you with. Plus, the way the awakening system works, it just, like, drops a half a dozen enemies around you. And if you really want to rest, right, then you're just going to do what I do when I need to rest, and continue to reload until you don't get awakened. So, I kind of saw the awakening system as redundant and not that important, even though I wanted to restrict how easy and simple resting was. So I came up with another solution. Remember that thing I was talking about with the candles? Where I wanted to sort of give the player the ability to place down and pick up a placeable object that they could interact with it, or provide, like, for them it'd be a candle, it'd provide light. Well, oh boy. I kind of came up with the same solution for... Whoa. Sorry, phone's going off. I kind of came up with the same solution as it pertains to resting. I created a bedroll placeable object. That is literally, you just put it down, and it's a bedroll. You can rest with it. It doesn't give you good rest. I made it give you some, like a negative debuff for 8 hours or something upon completing the rest, because it's uncomfortable in poor conditions. But you can rest. And no one interrupts you at all. And to sort of counterbalance that, you now cannot rest the default game way anywhere. If you get a room at an inn, the bed is interactable and you can rest in it. Or you can use, you know, bed rolls and cots and stuff where applicable. So this button here is never useful in my module. And the main reason I went with that route, even though I could have just, you know, because it's basically the same thing, I could have figured something else out, is because the on-rest script is, I don't know how to describe it exactly. I learned most of my scripting when it comes to Neverwinter Nights from Swordflight. I would open up Swordflight, I'd go to the script that did something similar to what I wanted it to do, and I'd take a look at it, and that's how I'd learn how the script works and how to make mine. I piggybacked a lot off of the stuff in Swordflight. I didn't just copy it, because oftentimes, you know, what's used in Swordflight isn't what I want to use, and also because it's icky to copy someone else's work that way. But I did use his stuff as learning tools, and I tell you, I looked throughout his on-rest script. I don't know how he makes time advance 8 hours upon resting. I don't think it's on that script. I tried, and it didn't seem to ever change the time on completing resting. I could make it advance 8 hours when you started resting, but then if you were to get interrupted for any reason, time had still advanced, which isn't really what I wanted. So, yeah. I didn't like the immersion breaking of not doing it, so I just took that out, basically. Maybe it was an overreaction. Didn't bother me that much, though. I definitely feel weak and frustrated. Running around here basically letting my companions do everything for me. I'm just hoping, like, if this is the whole game, is me being mostly useless, eventually I will give up on the character. But I at least want to get to the completion of, well, really of this chapter. That'll tell me all I need to know. If I complete Chapter 2, and I have gone through Gadarin's stuff, I have acquired my haste items, I've completed the Spider Swamp and everything, and I still feel mostly helpless, even with all of the extra items and stuff, I might just pack up shop. I'll probably, worst case scenario, at least make it to Zasaspor. Mostly because there's a fun little encounter in Zasaspor with a bounty hunter. A woman who traps you in her cellar. Anyone who's watched my series or played the game knows. She traps you in her cellar, and you have to fight through some ooze elementals and whatnot to get out. And she has on her a staff that's like a really cool staff, and I want to see what it's capable of in the hands of a wizard, so I want to do that, at the very least, and see how those sort of things work. You know, using the items is a major part of being an effective wizard. And so, I want to get a little further than just this, but if I get, you know, halfway through Chapter 3 maybe, I'll at least, here's what I'll sort of promise, if possible. I'm not going to say it's a literal, hardcore promise, because if it's really unpleasant, I'm not going to do it anyway, but I'd like to try and promise that if I... These are marksmen, okay. I'd like to sort of promise that if possible... Ouch. Just die already, will you? Okay, at least someone's doing something. Come here, you. Someone get up there and kill that guy? Thank you. I'd like to try and promise that I will at least get through the wizard ruins, or whatever they are, in Chapter 3. I've not seen them. They're elf-based, they're wizard-based. I at least have got to get there and see what's up with that, right? I think that's fair and desirable. I'd like to experience that as a wizard, see what it's like, what that whole situation's about. So I want to at least do that. Past that point, if I'm still not having much fun, I'll just give it up. Right now, though, you know, I'm part of a group. I can sort of It makes sense to me that I would not be the sole killer of everything. It's not like, I mean, even as a druid, let's be real here. My druid's effective, but that animal companion takes care of most of the stuff for me. And yes, the animal companion is nothing without me. It's my magic that keeps him alive and everything, but he's still the one doing all the killing. The difference is it's kind of fun, because he kills so fast and so effectively. Okay, everyone's going to stop except Keelan. We've been around the bend a few times. He's just going to run around and do all this. It's a lot more tolerable because of how fast it kills them. It's not just like it's reliable at killing. It does it really quickly and really effectively. It's just dropping 20 to 30 damage a hit, and it just rips through entire hordes of enemies really fast, and it's almost indestructible. Once it gets that AC bonus from all of my other buffs that I drop on it, as a druid, you can do some crazy stuff with AC, mostly because of bark skin. But you can make them very tough, and then I just would pile stone skins on it, because druids don't have that much offensive magic, which means they have a bunch of spare spell slots, unlike me. And they can supplement, because they're not as good of fighters as, like, clerics, but they're much better than a wizard. So, they can still do some other stuff. And my AC as a druid, because I have better armor also, much better. But the animal companion, as a grizzly bear, is just a lot more fun to play with than the sort of fragile familiars you get with everyone else. Fine, I'll hand this stuff off to someone else. Where are you? Barrage. Remind me to take this back. I need more bags of holding. New Wand of Fire and Wand of Lightning. I'll take them both. I have a bunch of wands stored away, right? Yeah. That's probably just going to persist forever. Just constantly massing new piles of stuff. I would be worried about the weight requirements of it all. But I can always just cast more bolt strength on myself. I like to reserve it for the animal, but it's no biggie. Plus, I think I have potions if I really need them. I started a game with a bard. Got a little bit into it. I gotta be honest. Unless you're playing in like a dedicated multiplayer server, and you can actually be a bard to a party, I don't think it's worth playing. It hasn't seemed super enjoyable to me thus far. You're just like you have to be a fighter, because you have to fight stuff. You're just not good at it. It's kind of miserable. Okay. Let's go find the horde of animals that's waging war. Well, animals and others, I guess. That's waging war on the guards. Let's kill these suckers. Okay, what do we got here? I have a prismatic spray I can chuck out. Haha. You kidding me, guys? Come on, get over here. Okay, and next we're gonna follow it up with this. Just straight up killed one. Do that again. Oh, I'm out. Well, dang it. Fine. We'll do one of these. Raj is gonna die in there. Oh, right, those hurt him too. I forgot about that. It's one of the advantages to, what's the other one? Can you not? My familiar's dead too. Thank you. This has not gone well so far. What do I have to hit this one with? Oh, flame arrow, that'll do. Okay, is this guy immune to magic right now or something? No. He just keeps shifting from one animal to another for purposes that elude me. Okay, he's got an AC buff. We're having trouble hitting him. I forgot about that. Yeah, you can't hit someone with multiple acid arrows for stupid reasons. Okay. That didn't go great. I won, I guess. I was not really in any real danger. Somehow. You'd think I would be. Yeah, unfortunately, even if I were able to take and find a way to use Awaken, the druid spell, it wouldn't actually work. Turns out, Awaken, much like the Flameberry and Iceberry stuff, only works on the animal companions themselves. If you try to cast it on any other creature, it's just like an automatic failure. Which is very sad, because those abilities make playing with a companion like that way more fun. Not a Swordflight thing, though. Flameberry and Iceberry, those two are part of the base game for some reason. Oh yeah, I forgot. This character does a lot of forge work too, right? Okay, you all are going to stay here for now. Going to give them a chance to heal some of that damage up. One of the other things that I really didn't like, and one of the things I started immediately doing when I got working on my module, was a crafting system. I do not like the native crafting system at all for wands and potions. Which I have talked about, I think, with my series with this particular character already. The fact... So, potions isn't that big a deal. Neither are the scrolls. Both are pretty cheap on their costs. They do cost experience, but it's not much. So, neither of those ones are that offensive to me. They're sort of annoying. You know, I don't like it when things cost you experience. I've never liked that. Except for in very particular situations. I don't like it when character actions cost you experience. Right? I've been thinking of changing a few things about my version, the versions of Swordflight I play here. Going into modifying a few things minorly. For example, Ooh. Hi, guys. A paralyzed monster will work on these things, right? I think it might. Let's see. Yes, it will. Good to know. Get out of there. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to change in Chapter 3, you know how you go to the farmlands and it's like persistent, constant enemy encounters, and you can find Ulaz and Gorav and kill them? I do not like the fact, like, I'm a bit of a completionist, I don't like leaving Ulaz and Gorav there when I know they can be found and fought, but it's also really not fun to have to farm Hobgoblin Chanters for the map fragments that you need to go find them. So I've been thinking of just going in and like putting in some of the dungeons and stuff that are scattered around there a few pieces of paper. So you might still have to farm a couple, but rather than 5, it'll be like 2. And I think that would make me have a lot more fun with that quest, so I might do that. Things like I get why resurrection and heal cost experience. I totally understand why you'd feel the need to do that. Because, as it stands in the base game, spells like heal and resurrection and harm, especially in a game that's played like Swordflight, are just game-breakingly powerful. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll ever change that one, because I get where it's coming from, but like I don't like that costs experience to use. Here, in Chapter 2, it doesn't cost you experience to cast the spell Heal. I learned that with my Druid. I was able to without a problem. Once you get Chapter 3 and on, I think, that's when that effect kicks in. And it's an effect I don't like. So, I don't know. I might change that one, I might not. I've learned how to do that sort of thing pretty easily now, since I started scripting. Now, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea from me saying that. I think that that's me saying Swordflight is wrong and needs to be fixed. That's not what I think at all. Anyone who's listened to me talk about Swordflight or just the game in general knows I'm a big fan. I really like what Rogue Knight has done with it. I don't feel the need to try and sort of like critique and fix his work. That's not what I'm saying. It's just things that I prefer to be different when I play. And I might change in the future. But yeah, the crafting system, right. So, I like the idea of reagents being important. I like the idea of a mage being able to craft stuff. But I don't like how any of that plays out in the base game. Tying reagents to very specific monsters, while thematic and immersive, is also frustrating if you're going to make it a core component of any game. So, to sort of work around that, there we go, let's just nuke them. To work around that, I made my own version, pretty much, of reagents. It's just sort of a pouch that you carry. Like, if there's something that should give you reagents, then you just get a bag of reagents, and that's what you use on anything that requires them. That's what's worth money to wizards, stuff like that. Helps keep the game a little consistent and easier to manage, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to handle this on my own, guys. Ow, that hurts, everyone. This isn't great. Okay, here we go. Let's see, what do I have to slap you with? Not much. I've already used most of my good stuff. I did just pick up some new wands. Actually, I might have some old wands. Wow. There we go. Thank you. Could use my Staff of Power. I don't care that much, though. Here, let me help you out. Okay, he's just resisting me. I don't have any means to really breach that, I don't think. I might have a Wand of Disjunction somewhere. Thunders and lightning, negative energy, missiles, fire. I have a sweeper, and I still have one of those gems. Will this work on him? I doubt it. How did that not hurt him? Dang it, he resisted that one too. Really? Yeah, he just keeps resisting spells. And he doesn't seem to be getting hurt. This is not ideal. Boom. Okay. Gonna have to change up my approach a bit. Sit still for a minute. Guzzle this fast. Kill him. Okay, Barrage can hurt him at least. He must have Stone Skin up or something. Yeah, he's resisting everything. He must have had a juiced version of spell resistance. And endless numbers of lightning strikes. Okay. Well, he was a bigger handful than I thought he would be. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Dang it. All of his gear is gone. Okay, we're going to have to change this up. Let's see. All of you stay here. Let me throw up a true sight so that I can actually see those jaguars before they're coming. Hey guys, I brought a friend back. Oh, well, hey, look at that. How does... Why did I level up now, but I didn't before? Did I before and I just didn't notice? Okay, we just draw out and kill them all. I can't lose the loot from that Beastmaster. That's an important pile of loot that he drops when he dies. Come on, get out. Get out. Ah, great. Idiot, why'd you run into the tree and not backwards towards the person who called you? Sometimes my animal companions really bother me. Another thing that Swordflight does that I was unable to figure out. I don't know how it makes it so that when you pick up a companion, the difficulty scale skews in the other direction. So, like, normally when you pick up a companion, your challenge rating increases. Meaning, everything gives you a little less XP. Makes sense to me, right? You have friends, stuff is worth less. Well, to take into account the existence of Zerala here in Swordflight, how in the world do you have a potion? Rogue Knight made it so that when you have people in your party, you get more experience for stuff. I have no idea how he managed to make that be how the game works, because I couldn't figure it out. I don't even know where the challenge rating information is stored in the game. That way it didn't seem to be very clear. So I'm not 100%. Yeah, this is a lot more annoying than with my druid. I just went charging in there and killed the dude. Yeah, that's a stone skin. Okay, tear them apart. There we go. And there's my stuff. No way I was losing all that. What cloak am I wearing? Resistance. I already have deflection bonus, don't I? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I am coming up on when I need to be done with this, because I have stuff that I need to do. My familiar is already dead, so I'm losing nothing by going into this. Yeah, let's just do it. Concentration, craft armor and weapons, because I guess that's what we're doing. Lore, spellcraft. Right, I just kind of had leftovers sometimes, right? Ooh, is this 8th level? No, these are 7th level spells. Yeah, I already have some of these. So Great Thunderclap. All creatures in the area must make a will save to avoid being stunned for 1 round. Must make a fortitude or be deafened for a minute. They must make a reflex save or fall prone. It's just not that good. Yeah, this is effective against actual outsiders. I don't think I really need it at the moment. That one I've seen do great work. How does that work? To detect the passage of enemy creatures. To all of the... Okay, so it only triggers for enemy creatures, but it will hurt anyone. Oh, that lets me dominate creatures. That's pretty cool, actually. Within the area of effect, up to 1 ally per 4 caster levels receive +8 bonus to all saving throws against spells. That's a massive protection. Yeah, so I already had 7th level, right? Now I have more 7th level. Shadow Shield's a cool one, but I don't really need it right now. I'm going to take Bigby's. Circle of Death. Or Die. That's right. I think I tried that, and it wasn't super effective. 1d4... Wait a minute. Yeah, 9 or more hit dice, but I think that's just not strong enough to actually do much. I can take Greater Stone Skin. That'd give me a bit... I think Spell Breach, probably. Spell Mantle, Glove Invulnerability, Stone Skin, Premonition, Elements, Ghostly, Ethereal Visage, Mage Armor. Yeah, that's a major bonus. We'll take that. Cool. Alright, I'm going to try to get back to town then. And then, pick up next time. So yeah, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to go with this character. I might take it all the way to the end. We'll see how I feel about it once I get a little further in. It's going to be a little rough getting through the Forest of Mir. This place is difficult and dangerous. There's a lot of nasty enemies, and wizards are just not that good in this game. But I want to try to see it through. So one of the things that's been the most difficult and probably stressful for me has been trying to work around companions. Everyone, almost everyone, really likes companions when they play these games. They get into their characters and enjoy talking to the people. They like their help and stuff. And so you want to get them right. I tell you, just the actual way the companions level and stuff, how that whole thing works, it's kind of difficult and confusing to understand. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's not as simple as you might think it would be. Alright, well yeah, I need to go because I got some stuff that I need to do, but I had fun being back here. I'm excited to see what holds for the future. So next episode we'll carry on going to the Forest of Mir. We'll kill more goblins, clear out more stuff. And hopefully, before too long... Let's see, we'll just... Yeah, get rid of all the garbage that I don't need. Why do I have Boots of Striding? Give me those. Is that an 8th level spell? What is this? It is 8. Huh. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell those. Most of these are unnecessary. I'll hang on to the others. Yeah, with my druid, for the first time ever playing Swordflight, I have actually had to sell healing supplies. I've never had to do that in Swordflight. Ever. But I've had to recently. Yeah, we'll put that there. I'm gonna stockpile those in. These will just go back in the box. Cool. Alright, well that is going to be it for this one. If you haven't yet, please check the link in the description for my book, and if you like the look of it, give it a read. If you like the read, give it a positive review. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.